Okay, we have 2 minutes to go. Hopefully, we start on time today.
Gbọ́ lyrics orin yẹn ṣá.
Yeah. Ṣẹ́yìn gbọ́ ni àbí?
Èmi ń gbọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ ń filter ní wọ́n á rò pé nǹkan mi mo gbọ́.
Òun náà ni it's a foreign song. Àwọn ò tí bẹ̀rẹ̀ show.
Oh, okay, fine, yeah, yes, okay. So, studio line.
Studio line, yeah. Okay, going on now. Please let me be watchful in case somebody comes on. Okay, there we go. In the name of the Lord. Yes, bright and early, this 26th day of April 2025. You're welcome to the Vintage Talkshow with the Faj and friends. I bid you good morning, wherever you are listening to us. Is it on TopRadio 90.9 FM, on YouTube or Facebook or any other books? You are welcome. Thank you for joining us and listening to us. Of course, I'm your host. My name is Femi Akintunde-Johnson. My friends call me Faj. And I'm not alone here. He's here, early and ready, and looking super cool. Nowadays, I thank God for it. Good morning. You know where I'm going. Good morning, my brother and co-anchor, Tokunbo Ojekunle. Good morning.
Good morning, Faj. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to this great show, another great show. Nice outing, Faj. It promises to be. So let's work together. Yeah.
Yes, let's work together. Okay. Yes, Mr. T is around, and my dark and lovely, calm and cool, always with the mantra. This morning, Esi-Ìfẹ, Arogundade. Good morning.
Good morning to everybody. Welcome to a great and lovely show. Welcome our co-presenters, Mr. T, Mr. Fudge. Welcome everybody. Enjoy as we give you a beautiful show today.
Okay, he has given us new titles. Okay, she's always she brings something new to the table. Okay,
It's
the
lovely.
presenters today. Yeah, okay, yeah, we live with that. As usual, today we hope to give you entertainment news and Niger trends. What will I call it? Our flagship storyteller, and hopefully municipal reviews, headline reviews, and by the grace of God, after 4 or 5 attempts, maybe we'll be able to listen to Let's Rewind and go back to chapters of yesteryears. I've been trying for weeks. I've not been able to fit it in. Hopefully, we'll be able to do so today. Okay, right here, we continue to speak truth to power and shine light on dark spots. Let's start with the music of Tenny, the entertainer. She calls this money. Well, while the ladies yakking about what she would do with money, lovely place to be. Your Bentley, your kind of caviar and all that. Let's run through our quotes for the week. And it says, what's it called? I beg your pardon. He who learns teaches. He or she who learns teaches. It's a great place to be. Sharing knowledge multiplies its value. There's no point being an expert in a particular field and you keep it to yourself and you go to your grave with it. That's a terrible, terrible waste of human life. So when you learn, teach some others, teach others,
Yeah.
show them the way. That's the way the world should roll. Now, imagine if you are not taught, you will not learn, you will not be where you are today. So
Mhm.
when you learn, teach somebody. Well, let's also do some knowledge booster, fact checking, and all that. You must have heard when they say, "Do you know that a honeybee has two stomachs, one for honey and one for food?" You know, that's what they say. He has to imagine that time he has two stomachs. Imagine you have two stomachs. Esi-Ìfẹ. What
In
will
the
you do with
life
the
of a
second one?
man.
Not put that out. Yes,
She hasn't figured that out. You put one for food. What will you put the other one? Say, I don't know what will produce. Anyway, the fact checker says it is true. It is true. Honeybees have a special structure called uh, what's that thing called? Called the honey stomach or crop, which stores nectar before it is regurgitated to make honey. Their actual stomach, that is called midgut, is used for digestion. So when you're licking honey, you know where it's coming from. It's from the gut of a honeybee. It's specially made for God is wonderful. This
Is
is oh God.
wow.
Oh my. Anyway, let's move on. As we go during the show, we'd like you to join us in discussions, even entertainment news. Let's have your comments in headline news reviews. Let's hear your comments, and especially Niger trends. There's so much that's going on in this country. If there's no problem one day, there's one solution one day, there's one scandal or one misdemeanor or one. We just provide entertainment for ourselves, especially in these times and this period when things are. Let's move on. Abina, let's move
Yes, now.
on.
Yes,
Yes,
now.
Are you ready?
yes, I'm ready.
Okay, let's go.
Kids win at JP 2025. Davido's daughter, Imade, and the late Mohbad's son, Liam, stole the spotlight at the wedding of Priscilla Ojo and Tanzanian singer Juma Jux on 19th April. Imade served as a bridesmaid, while little Liam played ring bearer at the stylish Lagos ceremony.
Mm.
Lovely, lovely.
If we are jobless,
Mhm.
yeah, you have really reported that children playing. Your own small innocent play is your attraction. Anyway, anything to make news. Okay, so
I
children of
thought
a
they performed or something. I thought they performed. I thought they
they're just
sang a song
playing.
or something.
They're just playing at the sideline too. Children
That is,
being children, and that's
yeah.
their performance. You know, so does it mean that when you are the daughter or son of an entertainer, you also get into entertainment? Does it mean?
Maybe, maybe not.
Okay, let's ask you now. Your father is a
Wow.
great journalist,
Okay.
an advocate for civil rights and all. Yeah, are you also anyway? You are here. What am I talking? Yeah, she appears to say
We
the
are
truth.
trying our own bit.
Yeah, you're trying. Yes, you're trying. And you're on air. Anyway, that's journalism for you. Okay, so you have answered my question. Let's move on.
Bose Alao says most creators chase cash, not impact.
Hmm.
Actress Bose
Mm.
Alao has raised alarm over the state of digital content creation, saying most creators are more profit driven than purposeful. She's shammed, she slammed the use of family in skits for clicks and called for government collaboration with digital platforms to regulate harmful content. Alao also urged parents to monitor what their kids consume online.
Well,
Mm.
makes sense.
So, as we'll say,
Makes sense.
Ori so. Yeah.
Oriso,
Yeah.
you know,
That's true.
my children used to look at me one kind when they were because I didn't allow them to get to use a handset until
Yeah.
about 17 or so or 18. Or there, but they will be,
Mhm.
they are even looking cross eye till today. Is it Yes, much older as them, because you see what they are exposed to will be ingrained in them permanently for life. Their informative
Yeah.
years, when
Yeah.
it's used nonsense, they will become senseless later in
Mm.
life. So to keep sense
You
at
know.
a prime position, show them
Mhm.
the right, show them the right
Yeah.
thing.
Fudge, there's a younger friend of mine whose children are still in primary school. And do you know that he didn't allow them to anything internet or whatever till they were about, I think, 10. Even at 10, he was guiding them. He said, why? He said, when he was younger, his father was buying him books,
Yeah,
novels
yeah.
to read. And he discovered that most people don't have libraries anymore.
Yeah.
So he still buys his children those books online and gives it to them to read. They don't read online. Do you
Mm.
understand? That's and I thought it was wise,
That
and it's
was
still
nice.
happening.
That was
Hmm.
good. I
It's
didn't
still
have
happening.
father to buy me books, so I entered the library
Yeah.
myself. I thank God for the library of Ijoro Baptist School, Ebute Meta.
Okay.
Ah, I was like cockroach in
Mm.
that library, you know. And what I
Wow.
had done, say, oh, God forgive me, but it was great. That probably gave me the balance to my literary side later in life. So you want to
Yeah.
expose this, will work for them by the by. So let's be careful. Let's be careful about what we
Mm.
expose our. It's not that yeah, I don't want to deprive them. I don't want to punish them.
Hmm.
Did depriving you, did it kill you? There's some parents they say, yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Then the children will be slapping them when they are, mommy, shut up, daddy, get out, you know. And they say, hey, he doesn't understand. He's a child. Nah, he's not a child. He's willful child. Yes, let's go. Some people are already complaining. On let, let's move on.
Gospel star Big Bolaji dies at 50.
No. Yeah.
Renowned gospel singer and RCCG pastor Bolaji Big B
Mm,
Olanrewaju
mm.
has died at 50. His family confirmed the pastor on Easter Saturday after a brief illness, describing him as a cherished husband, father, and a giant in gospel music and ministry.
Mm. That's
So
a very
sad.
sad one.
Very
Very,
sad.
very
Big
sad. Yeah.
Big brother. I remember he was gracious to perform one of our awards, gospel awards, around
Mm.
2014 or 15 or 16, thereabouts. And it was a good guy. And
Mm.
as we say in this kind of situation, God knows the best. I don't know why.
Yeah. Yeah.
We can only wish the loved ones left behind fortitude and strength and grace to bear the loss. It's
Amen.
indeed a lot.
Amen.
Mm, mm. Okay.
I'm alive and well. Ebenezer Obey. Music legend evangelist Ebenezer Obey has dismissed false rumors of his death. In a spirited video, the 3-year-old sang in Yoruba, English, and Pidgin to declare he's alive and healthy, slamming the fake news as satanic lies.
Indeed, satanic lies. Indeed,
Satanic life.
I saw him. Was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday at Shaya Kahinde's 60th birthday. And
Yeah. Okay.
his able assistant and co-performer was Yemi Shodimu, who sang for his song and all that. And Baba was there, out and he sang, and he's alive. Indeed, he's alive. Thank God
Mm.
for Commander Ebenezer Obey. May we
Yeah.
continue long.
Amen,
And
amen.
Amen. Amen.
what
Amen.
a legend. Mm.
Sanwo-Olu turns DJ at Fancy Carnival.
Yeah.
Governor Sanwo-Olu wowed Lagosians on Easter Monday with his surprise DJ set at the Lagos Fancy Carnival. Spinning Ashake's Fuji vibe, the governor's unexpected turntable moment went
Went
viral,
viral.
sparking cheers and online buzz over his youthful energy and political moves
Possible
and possible
political move.
political
Ah,
moves.
Nigeria, they must pin something around it. the guy was
And
just having
politics.
Yeah, was just having fun, spinning tables and all that, and it was nice. I saw the video, the pictures. It was nice. It was nice,
Mm.
showing the Lagos side of him and all that. I remember when Fanti was Fanti. In
Yeah.
in
Fancy.
this,
Meboy Fancy. Fantastic.
oh, it was interesting. It was interesting. It was dressed like a caricature, kinds of all kinds of ornaments and all that.
And you know what I loved about those times? The different cuisines we come across, delicacies and all, different food coming from Saro area, things you've never
Yes,
had
yes,
before.
yes.
Oh wow. Had been Wow, lovely, lovely, tasty dishes.
Afro Brazilian dishes.
And
My
the
wife is
music,
from
yeah.
Lagos. I get to eat some of these things and some of these concoctions,
Oh,
and
really?
they won't help us. They,
My
they can't stop pushing
oh,
their
my
food.
my my late mom was from Porto Novo. So we share that in
Wow.
common too. Yeah, brilliant things we used to do.
So,
Everything
this
was so instrumental too. She would
what's
give
that
give us different things to eat, and was
what's
fantastic.
that
I
one
remember.
called? It looks like ogi and all that tapioca,
Yeah, tapioca.
all that stuff. Yeah,
You changed it to Miguel.
yeah, that's big out. It was nice one. So nice reminiscences and keeping the East
Yeah,
above.
yeah.
Okay, more of that. Uh, so, Mr. DJ, please don't forget you have work to do. We still have plenty of work. Whether move on also, you have plenty of work to do. Okay, let's move on.
Dead actors not our members. AGN. AGN President Emeka Rollas says the two actors who died on a film set in Owerri last week
Oh,
weren't members of the guild. He blamed unregulated productions where people just grab a camera and claim Nollywood, urging proper registration and safer production practices.
Mm, that's sad.
It's very low.
that's but we need to learn empathy when we talk in public. You
Yeah.
belong to a guild or not, the human lives are involved. Show
Mhm.
compassion, show empathy, and then later I can give advice. People should regularize their ambition and their practices and all that. Don't use the occasion of a loss or a tragedy to sermonize on what they call guild politics or guild requirements and all that. Show some empathy. Mr. Rollers, or is it Rollers? Show some empathy. Okay, Esi-Ìfẹ, it seems we have come to an end,
Yes,
and
yes, we have.
Omolara is not here today. She's she's sweating over some exam paper somewhere. All the best
Oh,
for you. Yeah, we'll be back. We'll take a short break. This is Joe Vibes by Joe Black, a remix featuring Zinuleski. Let's see what he says.
where are our guys though?
We're early today because there's no Volaras.
Yes.
So have a good meeting
Yes, thank you very much, sir.
and greet your mom.
Take
Yes,
care.
sir. Yes, sir.
Take care.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Check
since she
on.
fight for us. Some fought
Yeah.
for us was no. Daddy, we are not telling you. It's even see. I'm going to fight next time. Next time, fight for the younger people. Don't allow me to. Daddy says that it's not too extreme. If you give them phone, they will slap you when you wake up. No, no.
Yeah, Yes, we are back. We are back. This is the still the Vintage Talk Show with the Fudge and Mr. T is here. We are looking at today's major newspaper headlines. Let's start with the Punch. Hmm. Problem is this still the same old problem: insecurity. It leads
Mhm.
with bandit. Hunters seek federal government backing for physical and spiritual warfare. What to do there? It's
What you do, Yeah,
man. It's not
yeah.
just physical again. It has to do. They have to do some spiritual fortification and all that. Wow, they need
It's
government to back them up spiritually and physically for the warfare against this banditry. Is everywhere. Do you know it has crept up to parts of Kwara State? You know.
yes, yes. It's like they are moving like locusts or bees, and
Hmm.
they move so well that they appear organized. They know what they are going for. The target, and they go for the target. I can't explain it. It's just very very awesome, and the way it is now, it has actually defecated completely the local base of the society. And in fact, I'm beginning to wonder: can state police even work any longer? Can it still work if at all they give it a go ahead? Because right now those guys are really on the loose. They are on the loose. They are on the loose. I don't know. It's a tough one. All governors now, I don't envy them because a thinking governor will be having sleepless nights because for every day something is happening. You wake up and something has happened. You wake up and something has happened. They talk about raw intelligence, where intelligence you expect people to come and help us, and it's fine. There's nothing wrong in that. The intels will come. But most of the time, how do we safeguard them? Sometimes they drop their information and these guys go back to them. And we've had cases like that before. We've even read it on this show before, where people will go give intel reports, and before you know it, you have been attacked following day or third day. How did these guys know that it was Mr. X that gave the information? Those things are tough. And and you see these prayers, brings to light those things that happen. We grew up in local communities where you wake up in the morning, Fudge, and you find some people sweeping the floor.
Hmm.
They just continue to sweep, and you are looking at them. Why are these guys sweeping? They be sweeping in their suits or whatever. Apparently, they said they cast a spell around the area. That anytime you go there and you go purify anything overnight, rather than you living, you've had a broom around the bank, you continue to you will be sweeping the place until the owners of the property come to they do another casting and they release you and hand you over to the police. We had those
It's real.
very local, but I don't know how they did those things. But for
Yeah.
me, they were actually practical. We saw it happen. It wasn't story tale or fairy tales. We actually saw them happen.
Yeah. It's real. I had this experience of a similar thing like that. The guy was sweeping sweeping Timon,
It was yeah,
cleaning cleaning the floor, without any no unction. I don't know.
nobody.
I'm not one of those that think that spiritual things will happen African and worldwide.
Yeah,
Things happen. Things happen.
it's
Anyway,
happened.
the hunters are worried. The extent
Yeah.
and the scale and the
Ah,
audacity, of the
that's it.
bandits. The headers and farmers battle is a different thing.
Mm-hmm.
Kidnappers and bandits are a different kettle of fish. Everything is just combining to give Nigerians a serious migraine. It's I don't know.
And another thing I think we should talk about briefly on this level is the Iwọntúnwọ̀nsì style. That is, Yorubas how you're doing it. Make sure you don't go too loud about yourself. All these exposures online. See you drive a new car, you put it on. You see you buy a new shoe, you put it on. You are building your house, you show the inside of the house and all that. When your children are doing well, you are showing them online. There could be magnets, attractive magnets for these guys to go for their praise. You advertise yourself. I don't know why people do all those things sometimes,
Yeah,
and it's an open sesame for most of these guys. You don't come for the guy. God forbid.
I think that's the problem of addiction to social media. There are people who could not resist the lure of showing off. So,
Hmm.
Yoruba will call it carry me kind of a thing. Why do they have to
Yeah.
see you? Why do you need to show off? Why do you?
Why?
It's just there's a sense of limitation or of self. How will I call it? You have
Just show.
little regard for yourself. Insecurity. You know, I don't know what the doctors will call it, but you don't need to show off what you've bought a new car. So what do you have to? As you drive on your
That's
street, they will
true.
say, "Why do you have to showcase to people in Canada so that you have arrived? Arrived to where? You know, that's all this.
We have to be very, very careful. Most of the time people write a lot of good things online, but there was one that went viral sometime back of when these robbers went into a house and this couple just got married and
Hmm.
they saw the woman and asked her, okay, bring all your jewelry. She was panicking, brought everything. And they said, what about the wristwatch your husband gave you yesterday? What
Hmm.
about the diamond ring?
Hmm.
And the questions that how did they know? How did they know all these things?
Because the informant has exposed herself. He has
That's
showed
it.
it off,
That's
and they are
it.
monitoring. They are monitoring
Yeah,
you. It's not
monitoring.
everybody
Yeah, they are
that press
monitoring.
like, or love or care
Hmm.
in your timeline that loves you or cares about you or likes you. Some don't. They're doing it for specific strategic purpose to deal with you.
Yeah,
Harm
yeah.
later, and there you go. Uh, Inside life, enjoying life. Then when life happens to you, you start crying. There's village people. No, it's your hand.
There was a line
And
way back. I can't remember who sang that song. He said, Olowo to shileku fole. I don't know if you remember that line.
yeah,
You know, you know, we have to be careful, really
what, what,
careful.
what, can, what can you do? You need to just be careful. You just don't throw things. Anyway, let's move on to Vanguard. It's a bit dry this morning, these papers. But Vanguard, this is a warning I've been telling my friends, especially those who like spraying money at parties. I don't think EFCC can get me. I don't like spraying, so I'm not likely to. The headline says court remands musician Terry Akpala over alleged naira abuse. They can't stop themselves from throwing
I
money
don't
up.
know. I
See them in
honestly don't
jail.
know why.
They must spray. They spray musicians, spray this. And these guys have made it easy for you. They will create a box and say, just drop the money inside.
Just
No,
drop
they
it there.
must string it up. They must fling it around. Hey, you have called Wasiu, you have called Obey, you have called this. So it's obvious that you are in money. You have the money. We know. You don't need to show the money again. You know,
Yes.
I don't know. I don't know what drives people to show off their riches. And, you spend the money, then you now spend weekend in Kirikiri or in Alagbo or in one police station because you
You
have
know,
money. I mean,
uh, and when they grab you, you spend more.
you spend more. So that's what I call bekun bekun. You are full.
Yes.
You are not looking for trouble. The other day I saw they show something like looked like a tank, of money that they took it somewhere. Nigerians can say silly things. He said the money was so much that CBN could not count it, so they took it abroad to count money. Oh God. Nigerians, we say this. I don't know how they believe themselves, or they think it makes sense, and
They took it abroad to go and count.
count.
Yeah.
It took them like 2 weeks or two. I mean, some ridiculous statement like that. You know, Nigerians. Okay, it is well. Terry Akbala and his fellow journeymen, please be careful. Don't be
Yeah.
arguing. Is this abuse? Is this naira abuse? It's not my money I'm spending. They say it's abuse. Don't need show off with it. You know, give the person privately. What's wrong with put some money in an envelope and giving the person, or in a bag and giving the person if you have much? You know, just yes. I think people can be punished for your own property if you misuse or misplace them, or you do them
Yeah.
anyhow.
When you're careless with them, yeah.
Because your money you can do that. Yeah, no. You are living in a society where you could influence some young minds to think that they have to get this money, or they have to spray, or they have to do this, and all that stuff. And they do vile things, they do wicked things to acquire this money so that they can behave like you. There are people in parties, you don't know how to get the money. You don't know whether it's legitimate or illegitimate, but you want to be like them.
That's another thing.
You connect with their spirit, and then the spirit that you don't know the kind of spirit that's driving them. And that spirit enters you, and you begin to look for money and do anything to get money so that you can spray. How do you get some song? Anyway, maybe I'm old school. I don't understand. How do you get money to go and spray?
No, you are not old school, Fudge.
You work hard for your money, then you got to throw it away to some people. Oh, God. Anyway.
And by the following morning, you are actually looking for what to eat.
That's a very
look, that is reverse, right? Reverse.
Exactly. Let's take a short break. We come back and go on to Niger Trend. We are moving smoothly, so I think we are going to have a let's rewind today. This is the song of Kumi. It's called Arike. I suspect you like it. Madam, it's live.
Yes, I know.
Why you put your face there?
What? Is that bad? Is that bad?
Is that good?
I'm greeting the people.
No, greet from the studio.
Yeah, one of these days I want.
It's them.
I can wear it.
So you can wear it.
Oh my gosh. Do I hear differently?
So what?
Do I hear differently than normal?
You hear me, you hear everything, the call and all that stuff.
Will I hear myself?
Hmm?
Will I hear myself?
Lawyer.
You hear yourself speaking.
You must hear yourself.
She does not broadcast it. So she's asking.
I heard her. You must hear yourself.
You hear yourself.
But Fudge, a quick one. Before you mount shifts, make sure you clean the headphones.
Yeah, I try to do that.
Yeah, thank you. This inner part especially, because we all sweat a lot. Yeah. Clean it. Yeah. It's safer. Cool. Our brothers, they are away. Alex and Co.
You know, we're a little bit early today, so.
Oh, yeah.
They're working on that. We are always late.
Okay, this is Alex, I think. Somebody's trying to call
Alex is
me.
there? Okay. Can't see any signs.
He's trying. I think so. Maybe he's still trying. I don't know. Oh, well, they'll call me.
I love it. Guys, so how do you ever see when somebody comments on Facebook?
I can't see. Is that my phone?
Okay.
Get your notes ready. We are going.
Yes. Can I? So funny to see myself.
Yes, yes, yes. It is time for Niger Trends, where we deal with trending stories within the Nigerian space. Here you can join us on this segment. The number to call is 0913 697 3485. Once again, the number to call is 0913 697 3485. And then you can also use the SMS, WhatsApp only on 0810 713 7559. 0810 713 7559. This is Niger Trends on the Vintage Talk Show on Top Radio 90.9 FM. And we are talking about Nigeria. What is trending? Stories around the Nigerian space. And Mr. T is still here. We are expecting Alex to join us and Akin Akindamola Deboye to join us shortly. Bosun, our lawyer, is on. That was on sabbatical. He's preparing for his mom's burial ceremony,
I miss him.
and it's just like
Yeah.
yeah. Well, interestingly, I have with me another voice, another dark damsel. She likes to be called all sorts of names. She's been regretting me calling her beautiful since the last time out. Have you on this show, Tammy Lore?
Hello, hello, hello. I'm so happy to be here for my favorite segment. I'm so glad to be here. Okay.
Okay, so Madam, Madam Barista,
Why what's that?
try and make it much closer to the mic so that we can
Sorry.
hear you.
Is this better?
Yeah, much.
Yes, I'm about to kiss the mic at this point.
Don't, or just try. Okay, she'll be navigating through the Niger trends for us. It's a pleasure to have you today. You come at the wheel.
Thank you.
We are grateful for that.
Thank you.
Shall we start?
Yes, okay, so we're going to start with Lagos spends 1.5 billion naira on WAEC. Over 31,000 students fail.
Hmm.
In Lagos, the state government spent nearly 1.6 billion naira on WAEC fees for over 15,000 public school students. But here's the shocker. More than half of them, that's 31,596 students, failed the exams. Commissioner for Education, Jamiu Ali Balogun, revealed this at a ministerial briefing marking Governor Sanwo-Olu's second term anniversary. Meanwhile, efforts are ongoing to rescue the quality of public education, with over 30,000 out of school kids re enrolled and thousands of teachers newly recruited. There's also a fresh push with the Eco Learner Support Program to improve work results, and over 100 million naira has been dispersed in housing loans for teachers. Meanwhile, the tertiary education arm is planning to elevate LASUCOM to a full-fledged medical university. But the big question remains: with so much funding, why are failure rates still this high?
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
the point is, are we investing in the right places in our education or just pouring money into a broken system? How do you have over, I think 58, pay for
Yes,
58,000 public
58,000.
school students and 31,000, more than 50% failed? Failed in what? Is it that failed? They failed mathematics and English, their major problems, or that they just failed? There was no pretext, no mock exams, no pre-selection. You guys want to go and do at least during our own time. Oh, you do mock exam. They
Yeah.
if you pass mock exam, I mean, if you fail mock exam,
The
you are
mock
not likely
you.
to
Yeah.
Yeah.
succeed because even your parents will be frustrated. You have to do coaching and all that stuff. So how do they process it such that you don't just pack
Yeah.
everybody in for everybody? I mean,
So,
1 point what? Something 1.6 billion.
Yeah.
So we are saying essentially about 800 million to 900 million wasted.
Sorry, are they saying that it's like a subsidized thing? They pay for it
They
for
pay,
some.
they really pay. They
they
pay
pay
the
it's
exams,
subsidized. Mm.
like 18,000,
You, you,
20,000.
Oh,
you
okay.
you know what I feel? What I feel along the line, Fudge, is this. Now, the reporter, Tamil already read. If you notice, it was from one segment to another. They talked about the rate of failure and what the government had done so far to augment the payment of exam fees. Okay, that's an aside. Then the next aspect was talking about what they now did to improve teachers' welfare quickly. You see, it's going to
Mm,
take us a while. I don't know how long for us to see the impact of what they have done now. Because way back, okay, the foundations have been negatively oiled, flawed completely. We've had these
mm,
major problems way back. So it's the result we are seeing now. And it's going to take another brief time to see the impact of what they are now spending on. Teachers'
mm,
welfare is one. Teachers that don't even have, they, how do I put it? The salary is not enough. Nobody really takes care of them. And they are the ones imparting. Teachers will come to class sometimes very late. They don't even care in that pattern. Now, this pattern is different. They've given them housing, whatever housing support. I'm sure they're going to up their salaries if at all. They will definitely do something else for them. So they are more comfortable. Now, they have also spent money to try to curb rate of failures. I don't know how they intend to do that. Maybe, yeah, maybe somebody or some people will come as consultants to teach the children how to, understand the questions, understand the pattern of teaching and all that. I don't get that. But they have pumped money into it anyway. We cannot feel the impact yet. It's probably going to take us a while to see the, resultant effect of what they have done. And I'm going to go back again. Faj, I'm going to ask you, you stay in classes these days, right? My problem is this. Do you care about the students that come in, the level of what they are bringing in, what they had before they came to join the class? Because sometimes the students don't have enough, what do you call it, knowledge to be in a particular class.
mm,
And then they force them into that class and they just can't catch up. They cannot catch up. So they form the bulk of those who actually sit for exams and don't make it. And when they don't make it, what happens after that, right? Some of them
Yeah.
begin to look for menial jobs when they're out of school. The system of education is so funny. We have to continue progressing, putting up a progression towards it. Lagos State is trying. That is fantastic. Look, all this money they are spending. But it would have been easier if only we followed the template of the past. The templates of free education, somebody came and filled it. That things were just not working. And so it's impact of what we have seen that's affected the current status. And that is where I'm saying I do not know if it's going to work today or tomorrow. But let's wait and see the money they paid in now. How is it going to be used, utilized, and all that? But honestly, I I shake my head sometimes. You go into a class and somebody can't even make a simple correct statement, and you're asking the guy, "Where are you from?" He tells you. Which school did you attend? He tells you, and you are wondering, this same school that produced a first class. Then you begin to query that school and say, what are they dishing out? When there is a first class, I know coming from there, and you said you've been there too. So there's a lot going on. Private schools are not even making matters easy at all. Government needs to look into private universities, particularly. What kind of courses there, and quality of lecturers that come in to help is important. It is important.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mr. C, I think I want to make a point that is like how does it say it? Lift off of your own points. Is
Buttress.
yes. So the first thing, I think this issue of failure, just mentioning it in isolation seems like, oh, the students are doing really badly and the government is contributing a lot. But like you said, there are so many things around it in its context.
Yeah.
There's a background of failure or in education, although they're definitely doing something. But there's a background of not enough resources to back these children in their education. So definitely there needs to be more done, and impact won't be seen immediately. And now, as an aside, that mock exams that Daddy said, I just called you Daddy on air. The mock exams that he just mentioned now, maybe because
Yeah.
you're far along in age. But the mock exams that I took is not normally an indication of how you pass your next exam, because my own mock exams, I think I failed like half of them and I still pass. So you passing or failing mock exam, this is just an aside. It doesn't have anything to do like it's just I'm fighting on mock exams.
If you see the eye I'm using on you, I've never seen a report that except you
Okay,
fabricated the
no fail, no fail.
I've never seen a report from you that
But
you failed.
I have that my mock work and this thing. Some of them I was doing disastrous. I was like, what did I do in life? Why did I do this? But then you now
Okay, I understand you. I understand what you're saying. Yeah, I understand
Yeah.
it. Because we take mock exams like mock exams anyway.
Yes, some people mock the exam itself.
Some people mock it.
Yes.
And also, I wanted to mention that this failure, I know I'm taking long on this, but this failure rate thing, I don't think it's that, or maybe it's plenty, but if you take it like in a private school context, I feel like sometimes it's likely that maybe 40% as well will fail exams. It's not I don't think it's just the system. If you collect all the private schools that probably did the exams and you rate it too, it's likely that you find a high rate of failure too. Me, I don't know.
I don't think so. It's not
I
private.
don't think.
And some spiritual effect and all that. You will just see don't you see them, you probably will see like 95%
success rate. You now see it advertised.
And
we have 85%
what do you
success.
think?
Nice, okay, straight.
Yeah.
You go to town, you go online to advertise it, and people begin to bring your children there. Yeah, sure. To engage you.
On to the next one.
Okay, next one, yes.
Okay. Farmer herder clashes. NEC calls for livestock reform. The National Economic Council, chaired by VP Shetima, has called for a radical overhaul of livestock rearing practices in Nigeria. This comes in the wake of deadly attacks in Plateau, Benue, and Kwara, blamed on the age-old farmer-herder conflict. Governor Doyediri of Bayelsa says NEC wants Nigeria to adopt modern livestock systems as the current nomadic model is failing violence. The new livestock ministry, we have a livestock ministry now.
Yeah, we do.
The new livestock ministry has proposed an accelerated growth plan aimed at generating up to $90 billion by 2035. Recent massacres in Plateau State, where over 100 lives were lost, have raised ethnic and religious tensions. Critics argue the root issue is land, climate. The root issue is land, climate stress, and lack of governance, not just tribal rivalries. And while herder groups have condemned the killings, they also claim their members face constant threats. So I guess the question is
You
modern
know,
ranching the way it is, or are deeper political and historical wounds keeping this crisis alive?
Hmm.
that's a very good question for me. Yeah, but come to think of it, the ranches are they're needed, they're required. See,
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
let me tell you this. Farmers are crying every day. Farmers who have spent, recently, not quite recently, way back, a friend of mine who is into agriculture actually sat me down to lecture me about how much they pump into the trade, all for food to be moved from one end after harvesting to another end so they can sell. So he told me about the stresses, the stress points along the line, logistic issues. The guy who will come to move the things from your farm, yeah, you do not even know if he's going to be involved in an accident or not. You don't know if the produce will get to the market, and they do not sleep until that happens. Now, the same farm, the same land where they are cropping, these cattle come in and ravage everything together. So for them, is a begin again. And to the herders, ask questions. They ask you, where do you want our cows to eat from? Where you want them to die? So it's a case of literacy, illiteracy, knowledge expansion, and stuff. Ranches are important. That was the first thing we should have thought of years back. Honestly, that various governments should have pumped a lot of money into that alone. But over time,
Yes.
what have we done? We sold land, we built houses. We sold land, we built houses. Can it be rectified now? Yes, maybe. Okay. But the culture is this pastoral, they say they have to move around. But you are moving around to where? Okay. To land that belongs to other people, to a Greek land where we have food, our food, everything destroyed. And you cannot really control this cattle. You can't really control because this food they are looking for. Anywhere they find it to stop. And that's the way it begins. So I believe we have to do a lot more in that area. If you're pumping money, fine, pump money into it, but make sure you have ranches with that to accommodate the herders that will, everything there, water enough for the cattle to feed on, whatever they go to eat will be there before you begin to make your move. These are things that I think personally we've let a lot, we've let undone those things that we should have done, and we have picked up those things that we shouldn't have done. So over time, there will be clashes now. There will be definitely clashes. But again, we need our senses to accommodate each other. We need to accommodate each other, whether we like it or not. If you are trespassing, if you are passing through somebody's land, with some respect. It's a community. Don't ravage it. Don't cause wahala. Don't cause problems. And when they are passing through, acknowledge the fact that they have to pass through. So you also will be on the right, on the right of, or will be on the right of way for them. I think, honestly, we can live together harmoniously, generate food content harmoniously, sell meat and stuff harmoniously, and do our trade also in peace. And when you are moving, don't carry guns.
Okay, Mr. My advice is to the NEC, the National Economic Council. What is the purpose of sitting for long hours to discuss this header farmer issue? Realizing that you need to do ranching. I mean, this has been the argument has been on the streets for like 10, 15 years. They are still dilly dying about it. One of the major add-on to this is this state security system
Hmm.
that been sold to many of the states. They are cooperating. They have confirmed it. They many people want it. So why are you foot dragging? Why can't you just add it to by part of your recommendation, make your statement to it, send the bill to the National Assembly, and let the thing move? Because if people in communities are part of the official,
Mm.
allowed, armed force to counter against this thing, the banditry thing will go down. I mean, there will be the usual problems in Nigeria and all that stuff about impunity and some level of brutality and all that.
Mm, mm, mm. Hello? Oh. Tend to have a streaming problem from the studio. Uh, 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 uh.
So that you should. Okay. Let's move on. We'll try and reconnect with Mr. T. He's trying to get back in.
On a side note, have you heard somebody who's not you, but have you heard somebody called Madam Barista Lawyer before?
Yes, now.
I've heard so many in this my legal profession. I've heard
it's even in recorded for memory. Oh God. Okay, Mr. T is back. Are you back with us, Mr. T?
Yeah, hello. Is the signal clear? You guys just went. You hung up a bit. I think the problem was from here. I don't know.
That is my fault. I was banging on the table.
It did. The system, the telcos have been misbehaving, and then the lawyer now shut them up with a bang, and that shut the whole thing down. Okay, we are back on stream, so let's move on with the next story, please.
Okay. More Nigerians to enter poverty by 2027.
Okay, but you need to work on your audio. Your audio is still very static.
Okay.
You just go on. You will get it.
More Nigerians to enter poverty by 2027, World Bank warns. Despite Nigeria's oil and mineral wealth, the World Bank says more Nigerians are expected to fall into extreme poverty by 2027. According to its latest Africa Pulse report, Nigeria, along with the Democratic Republic of Congo, is driving a poverty spike in sub-Saharan Africa. The report blames weak governance and economic fragility, noting poverty in these resource-rich countries is rising, unlike in non-resource-rich nations which are making gains. In fact, 80% of the world's poorest people now live in Africa, and half of that number are concentrated in just 4 countries, Nigeria included. The bank believes urbanization could be the game changer, but only if cities can support growing population with infrastructure, jobs, and basic services. So the question is, with our vast resources, why are we still getting poorer? Is the system rigged against the poor? Yes. Short answer, yes. I mean, I have so much to say on this matter.
This is what worries me. I'm a columnist, so I write every week, and every week is a source of frustration, serious headache. Why are we so blessed yet so poor? Why are we so blessed? Resources, natural resources, human resources, and all kinds of metrics used to gauge human development. Yet we are so poor, so devastatingly low in every quote, and the leadership quotient is poor, the followership quotient is poor, commercialization is neither here nor there, industrialization is moribund, civilization is upside down. Why are we? it's not only rigged against the poor, it's rigged against our future. In such a
Mm,
way that there's no hope for us with the way we are moving. There are all
mm.
kinds of policies, some lovely, some harebrained, some wonderful, some
Favorite.
some nonsensical, but they are policies and they don't seem to work. What is wrong with us? Why are we different? You know, that's my contemplation every day. Why are we like this? Ah, I don't know if you heard the brief statistics by the what's it called, the World Bank, about the fact
Mhm.
that 80% of poverty,
World's poorest people now
the
live in
poorest
Africa,
people in the world live in Africa,
and about half
Africa.
of
and
that concentrated in just 4 countries,
and
Nigeria included.
about that 40% is now resided in 4 countries,
Yeah.
Nigeria included. And in that 40, I'm sure we'll take like 25 or 30%. So approximately we'll have like maybe like like the other minister said that 150 million. I've seen results. So that probably we have 150 million people or more.
Mm, mm.
They're
You
poor.
know, it's a task. I heard a bit of what you are saying, your submission before now, and I feel honestly that uh, it relates to a lot of things. When people are talking and they say elders, leaders, and so I shake my head. Do you know something about there's this political world class political economic drive against Africa? Yeah, when you sit down to look at the formation of the United Nations, World Bank, IMF, you know, and I recall the way this guy came knocking on our doors to collect loans. Do you know that the greatest of cultures that we have passed from government to government have been the loan thing? Every
Mhm.
Hmm.
every government will go cap in hand to borrow money. That thing, right, outlives us and every government and every generation because we will continue to pay back. And Nigeria is not the only one being affected. African countries are also being affected. So for me, it's almost deliberate on the part of these guys. Now let's leave that aside. Now coming back home. Um, they are saying you are like this and you are clapping for yourself and dancing. That's the way I see some Nigerian policies. Yeah,
Mm.
they have not been impactful positively. There are things that needed to be done with our culture and renaissance of life. We have left it. We have left it carelessly. Okay, Faj, I'll tell you this. Now we are 60 whatever plus. At age of 16, look back at age of 16, 1 6, okay? Did you have a goal in mind? 1 6. What type of goal did you have in mind? Let's assume, yeah, live where you are now. Just think at 16. I wanted to do this. What did you plan in your mind to do at age of 16?
To travel around the world. To
Okay.
travel, I don't know what I was going to
I
do around the
wanted to
world.
be a soldier
To travel around the world.
and a journalist.
I also wanted to be a soldier around
Okay.
14. Around
Around
14.
14. Okay.
Discipline and the dressing and this culture, that part.
Good.
But mostly, I wanted to travel around the world and capture world things around the world, to write about the world and all that.
Very good. How would you have done that without any money?
I wasn't thinking about money that time. I was 16. I was dreaming.
Thank you. Now,
I was,
now, kids, now, children 15 now, 15, 14, 15 now, they think us about the money for anything they want to do. It's the way we've patterned it for them. They see leadership in politics. They see leadership in local stances, and people are all centered around everything is centered around money.
yeah.
Around money. Where I stay, there is in fact, listen, there is an 8-year-old boy, 8-year-old boy, okay? He catches fishes in the canals, in the drainages. He goes in to catch fish. After catching the fish, I saw him one day and I thought, well, good food for your family. Oh. We talked. His name is Abubakar or something, Mohammed. Okay, and then I chatted with him. He moved away. So another day I saw him. I said, "Do you do this regularly?" He said, "Yes." I said, "Well, don't you the one you caught yesterday? Have you finished eating it?" He said, "No, he sells them."
Hmm.
At that age, he says he sells them. After catching them, he takes them to the marketplaces and they buy up him. And that got me thinking. And I said, "Why do you sell? Do you need money?" He said, "Yes." He goes to school, he still needs money. His mother also sells food. He just, and that's the age. And there are 1 million of his type now. And they are
Hmm.
future leaders of this nation.
Yeah.
So many things we have left undone. I'm saying this thing, and sometimes I think it's not too late. It might appear too late, but it's not too late. Governance is all about the people. What you do to the people is the major bulk of why you're in government. How many lives you touch positively, the things you do. These kids are seeing everything. They
Hello,
go
good
online, they
morning.
see all stuff, they read all stuff,
Hello,
and it worries me.
hello,
It worries me.
hello, good morning. Hello, I think there's a call on the line. Hello, good morning. Oh, please try again. Yes, Mr. T.
So you said it all. What everything you said, it makes me lose almost saying I've lost hope. Because you're asking questions. Why now? Why? Like I always go back to tradition. Ta ló ṣe wá báyìí náà? I mean, kí la ṣe? Ṣá ṣe ni?
As Yemi Shodimubu always say, how does it say it? Iṣẹ́ agbádùn báyìí. Ǹjẹ́ agbádùn báyìí?
uh,
Yeah,
Okay.
I just
yeah.
I this if I start to talk on Nigeria, I will not
And
stop
then
in for well
don't stop.
no,
Then-
give me a brief period.
Okay.
I will be brief. I'll
Okay.
try to be brief.
Because the intro is very
No,
very
it's just
careful.
it's always very very sad. It's not just a present sadness. It's like you cannot see the way out in the closest or farthest future. Not with human eyes, unless we're trusting. Because I still have hope though. But this poverty thing, normally when I see that poverty index and all those words, I get it, but it's a little far from home. But this time it's very close. It's very close to home because the things I could
Yeah.
afford a month, like 2 months ago, some of them I cannot afford now. The things I could afford 6 months ago, like the money is the same, but what I can afford is shrinking. And I imagine how much a loaf of bread costs, and it's paying me to buy. I'm
Oh,
like, there's no way that some
don't
people
go
can
there.
afford this. There's no way that
Don't
some
go
people
there.
can eat. There's no way they can
Hmm.
eat bread. There's no way they can buy tomato. There's no way they can buy some things. I think last year or the year before, I can't remember exactly. I was summarizing the NESG report. I've forgotten the full meaning of NESG now, but they are these economic people that do.
Economic groups
Yeah, they have
summits.
each year they do a plan of how Nigeria should be. They advise on structures that can be put in place to improve Nigeria, and every year the advice is always sensible. It's always backed by research. He has figures, he has numbers, he has things that are implementable. But the
Hmm.
problem is Nigeria is full of very smart people, and we have policies that, if you implement them, can work. The problem is always implementation. It's
Implementation.
always the willingness to do what is necessary. We have almost everything that Nigeria needs
Hmm.
to be successful.
Hmm. Hmm.
Nigerian people, even if we fail exams sometimes, we do this, we do that. We have a resilience that have been pressured into becoming diamonds, and we're still diamonds in the rough because Nigeria refuses to be great. There are so
Hmm.
many things. There are so many policies that if somebody sits down now, can make Nigeria. There are things that you can do right now, things you can funnel money into, and to improve
Mhm.
Nigeria's life immediately. But the problem is doing them. Is the people to do them and the doing. I really hope that in the near future or far future, I can be part of the solution because I don't like what is happening, and there's no
Amen.
like I feel helpless.
Amen to
Amen.
that too. I say amen to that too. And again, sorry,
Amen.
Tamila, I'm sorry to butt in here, Fudge. On everything she said, right? It's also about having the right people in the right places.
It is, yes. Yeah.
Having the right people in the right places. Somebody who will look at this NSG guys and say, every year you do this thing, send it to us, give it to us. We will implement. And somebody is thinking right there, but no, they're not. Nobody's thinking there. It's quite
Okay.
hurtful.
I always say this thing that I don't think obviously I'm not in power, so I can't say anything, but I always feel like if you have 50 million and you still have and you use half to do something important for Nigerians, nobody will complain. Nigerians are very accommodating of thieves
and resilient.
we are very still half our money is fine. The other half to do something important for us.
Yeah. True.
I'm not kidding you. So you mean they're irredeemable? But still, well, at least still
Exactly,
have.
still
And you
have.
have
Use
to
the other
work.
half to
The
help
problem
us.
is when they still they have, the other half, they will use it as business.
Honestly,
But don't take everything.
Okay. Well, yeah. I know you're trying to call us. Please don't stop trying. The number still is 0913 697 3485. 0913 697 3485.
I
We'll
actually
take a
like
short break
our colors.
and come back. To more views on Niger trends. There are some interesting stories. Nigeria.
Interesting.
We'll be back. Let's listen to Burna Boy. He says updates.
My
We have
fave.
updates on Nigeria's problems.
Back to reality. Back to life. Back to reality. Back to
I thought I pressed the wrong
reality.
button when I heard this song.
Okay. Everybody's mixing. Burna is so good.
You know how to get people on his dance floor.
Yes.
But that back to life is using. I think there was a song many years back.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Like
had, we
Donald.
had yeah.
Mm.
What was the name of that group? Son. Really group. Yeah.
Copyright. That's what you enjoy. If you don't hear it, you'll be hearing your ears.
Yeah. I want Mr. T to hear.
Yeah, what it?
She wanted you to hear this song in the music, so I was explaining to her about the copyright issue and all that.
Copyright, yes. They will wait for us.
Mm. We pay copyright, but we still have copyright complaints. Maybe the ones they pay in Nigeria, they don't transfer it to them abroad. By the grace of God, we are going to do chat busters of yesteryears today.
I hope.
Yeah.
I never listened to that because I don't understand anything that they're saying.
Where?
The chatbusters of yesteryears.
You're getting closer to your time now. This is 2008.
Hey, okay. The freestyles.
By the time you finish, when we get to 2015, we'll go back to 1950.
Then you lose me again.
No, you have to come along.
I will suffer. I can definitely suffer through it if that's what you want from me.
Okay. Now I understand. Become the minister for social something now. You will kill all the vintage songs. You will kill them.
I will.
It's raining.
Talented people, wicked bass. TopRadio 90.9.
That was Update by the inimitable Bonner Boy, the icon of today's Gen
No,
Z.
no, please don't say icon. I sure I like him, but icon is very
Everything legend, sir, legend of today's.
icon is very icon is not legend.
Okay, okay. Yeah,
So my mic.
yeah. And a few. Anyway, don't let me so that doesn't get to your head. Let's get back. This is the
There's
Niger
no
trend.
need. I already know.
This is Niger Trends. And we are still on the Vintage Talk Show on Top Radio 90.9 FM. And Mr. T is still here. Tamilora is still here. And so I am. And our next story is the Ogun story.
Okay, I just want to interrupt for a quick session. You know, you have I can't even pronounce it right. You have your this thing, Mr. T. You should give me one.
Okay, so we have I'm FAJ, Mr. T is Mr. T, and you should be Taj.
Okay, I like it. I love
Okay,
it. I love it. I love
so
it.
TAJ.
Yes, yes. Okay. Next one.
Oh,
Let me go on.
That's for Monica.
Monica. Okay, Monica. My Monica is Taj, but we'll say okay. Do they say Faj for you, FAG?
Faj,
And then TAJ is my own.
okay.
Ogun monarch arraigned for land grabbing. Drama in the royal corridors of Ogun State.
Hmm.
The suspended Olu of Obafemi, Oba Taofik Owolabi, is in hot legal waters as the Ogun State government arraigned him for multiple land grabbing offenses. He allegedly deceived the developer into paying 75 million naira for 500 acres of land he had no authority to sell,
Hmm.
and reportedly unleashed thugs who assaulted both a civilian and a police officer. Despite ignoring several official summons and being suspended by the Egba Traditional Council, Obowolabi maintains his innocence. But the government insists it's committed to fighting land grabbers, no matter how highly placed.
Hmm.
So I guess the question is, how should traditional rulers be held accountable when they abuse their influence?
Orokabit.
yeah, it's a tough one, really. It's a tough one. You see, the issue of land and communities goes way back to the 40s and 50s, and every government will handle them with respect. I remember there was a time that the one-time governor of Lagos State rather, Alhaji Jakonde was looking for spaces. He built so many schools
Yeah, it is.
to effect the free education thing those days, and they really had to do meetings with the traditional chiefs, ballets. It was all party understanding of the party, but they carried them along. And you can some land were actually gifted to the party by the ballets and community leaders. Just give them, and they were not just petty lands, acres for schools to be built. So when you now have a situation where a governor accuses a traditional ruler of grabbing, that means that many families will have lost their land and spaces to this particular person, if you understand me, because it meant that it doesn't belong to him, neither to his community. All he did was, and then was sold. So every governor will wake up. You won't treat this kind of situation with kid gloves at all, because it's really, really is worrying, and it has to be decisively dealt with. Okay, so if it's been handled this way, at least it goes to show that, one, there's justice somewhere. Two, nobody is sleeping. Governors are very alive to their responsibilities, and it also portrays the need for community leaders to be responsible. Because I do not think that after this or within this time, another one will happen in that same area. No. And the Obas, they say the traditional councils stood up as well. So it's a grave thing. It's not something to be thrown under the carpet. I like the move, and I like what they are doing. Yeah,
But it's outrageously distressing that a
yeah,
monarch, an Oba, would be involved in thuggery,
yeah.
allegations that could preempt or I mean disgrace his royalty, so to speak. I mean, Oba would likely go to jail for grabbing land, and what kind of traditional rulership are we building now? That and Oba, after several warnings, still went ahead and did all these things, and then is now at the verge of being detained, being in prison, and all that. It's so tragically offensive to
Too
my.
tragically Nigerian.
No, no,
It's
no.
par for the course.
We didn't used to have this kind of thing. We've never heard when I was growing up. I never heard of an
No,
Oba being questioned or
no,
being arrested. No talk of being detained or being
not
Well,
over not over land matters like this. Another thing, in fact, just quickly add. They said he raised some people to attack, right? Those guys he
yes.
raised, they are usually called Omoniles, and they are
only
young guys. Young guys. What legacy are we leaving to them? You know? Anyway.
So, not to sound, I don't know how to sound. The only experience I have with land grabbing and this thing is Seven Doors. Have you watched Seven Doors? That's where I saw land
Mm.
grabbing happen. On TV.
yeah,
That's what.
by Femi
Yes,
Adebayo or
yes, yes.
something.
In the beginning scene where they stole somebody's house, they bulldozed the
Yeah, the
house down,
builders, yeah, yeah.
and it was traditional leaders that did that as well. That's what I know about land grabbing and about
And
Nile.
that's what's been played out here. So art imitating life. It's so sad, and I haven't completed the movie, so I hope it's something bad happened to the king at the end of the day.
No spoilers, even though it's already late in the day. But
Okay,
no spoilers. I'll
okay,
force you to watch it today.
okay. Oba, the Oba of Oba Femi. Ah, Etuanle Ayeshe, this is terrible. I even lost my voice. This is so bad. Remember, you can still join us 0913 697 3485. After the Niger trends, we are moving on to Let's Rewind. I'm looking so much forward to that. We still have few more stories. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, let's move.
Okay. K1 the Ultimate. I am a Celestial Church member. Wasiu Ayinde, popularly known as K1 the Ultimate, has boldly declared his allegiance to the Celestial Church of Christ. Allegiance. Okay. Even revealing he built a parish himself. Despite his
Wow.
Muslim background, he said he sought God through both religions and is proudly Saleh. The revelation comes in the wake of his controversial Ganusi comments, which ruffled feathers among Islamic clerics. K1, however, stands firm, saying he meant no harm and has no regrets.
Mm.
So the question is, can public figures successfully embrace multiple faith identities without backlash?
Mm. Okay,
Well,
what?
faith is
I
a
think
personal thing. I always see faith as a personal thing. I don't, for me, come on. Yeah, that he owned up. I mean, I don't know how they wrote that story. He owned up being a celeb. I mean, it is a taboo to be part of a denomination or something. That's
Was,
him.
was it
And
hiding or was it hiding identity or something?
yeah, I think he's stepping out. Look, I grew up, or we grew up with a lot of people. In our younger days, we were probably going to those now called Orthodox churches, right? And we had colleagues who were in their white apparels every Sunday. In fact,
Mm.
they would even come to work with them with the apparels, and they were not
Yeah.
hiding anything. And we all
I think
embraced each other. You understand me? I mean,
I think
has
the
society gone to? Sorry.
I think what I find unique here is the fact that one body embodies these two religions. That he alone could be Saleh and then could be what's it called, a Muslim. Uh, um, is it is it possible? I don't know. Like I said,
Let
fame
me
things
explain
about
this. Fudge,
personal.
Fudge, just a minute. Fudge, you remember
My
this Sonny Ade song? Fudge, you remember this Sonny Ade song?
yeah.
Have you allow me? Let me just reel out a bit.
Okay.
Ìmàlè ń dúpẹ́, ìgbàgbọ́ ń dúpẹ́, Ọlọ́run kọ́ náà là ń sìn, ẹ̀sìn ló yàtọ̀ síra wọn.
Yes.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? And honestly, I try not to dabble into. I don't faith things. I don't touch. I don't touch
Sorry,
faith things.
we are bumping into each other. I don't like talking about religion or politics and all that. But let's just be clear. What is making this viral is the fact that one individual embodies the two religions. He is admittedly a Muslim and also a Celestian. So that's what people find interesting. Yeah, that's what they call them.
Wow.
That's what find intriguing about it. That is both a white collar, a white garment church member, and a Muslim too.
He's
They have
going
their
to
sect
as a Muslim too.
as a Muslim too. But it is.
Well, I think he couldn't give one up. He must have started the Muslim thing as a toddler, born into the Muslim family. You understand? That's a different thing. And then along the line, he get up and went to the Saleh. That must be what happened. Well, it's not. I don't think he's giving up either of the two.
Yeah.
So
And then it is his bed. He can lie on it the way he wants.
He can lie on it the way he wants. He can lie on it the way he wants.
Let's
so
see.
I have just to say that first of all, I met Kamon. I don't know if you remember me, but I met Kamon when I was like, I don't know. I met him on several occasions. Like, okay, not several, maybe like 4 or 5 occasions, and he gave me money, and he was very kind. So those are the only things I remember about Kamon.
It's not good not to have shame.
It's not just the money. I don't remember how much it was, but to my like 9 or 10-year-old self,
It was huge.
it was plenty money. It was so kind.
Yeah, K1. I mean, she probably was talking about times we went to interview there.
Yes.
The ultimate. Okay.
And all that.
Yeah.
And the poor girl is still remembers.
I feel like he looks like a celeb person. So
how do celeb people look?
I don't know, but I shall feel like
No,
he looks
a
like
minute, Fudge. Do we see our stories? Do we see our other trending things?
Yeah, just one more.
Oh yeah, let's go, please. Don't tell the story. We finish this one.
I'm sorry.
Okay, go to number 8.
Okay. Power shifts 2027. Nigeria's opposition bleeds as APC gains momentum. As the 2027 elections draw closer, the ruling APC is scoring major wins with a flood of defections from rival parties. Governors, senators, and political heavyweights from the PDP, NPP, and Labour Party are jumping ship, mainly citing party disunity, internal crises, and strategic realignments. Delta State's Governor Sheriff Oboroweri, ex-Governor Ifeanyi Okowa, and virtually the entire PDP structure in the state have defected. Similar moves are playing out across Osun, Kano, and Edo, with key figures like Senator Kawu Somalia and Rep. Oluwole Oke confirming their exits from the opposition. While the APC celebrates these as victories for Tinubu's renewed hope agenda, opposition leaders allege coercion, citing threats from federal agencies and the weaponization of institutions like the EFCC and ICPC. They say it's less about ideology and more about fear, self-preservation, and ambition. There's also speculation that big names like NNPP's Rabiu Kwankwaso and governors from Adamawa, Taraba, and Akwa Ibom may soon align with the APC. Deals reportedly already in motion. But critics warn, behind the fanfare is a troubling trend: personal interest over national development and a democracy under siege by desperation and inducement.
What worries me is in this scenario is the fact that people are concentrating and focused on 2027. We're still talking about 2025. Economically, politically, socially, and any other Lee you can add to it. We don't know how 2025 will end, and you're already planning for 2027. What kind of where did they make these politicians from? They're already
You know,
negotiating.
for me,
Yes, for you, what happened to you?
yeah, this is it, Fudge. In my years on earth, I don't think I've seen this level of jumping ship in the political area. I have never seen it. It's so massive, Fudge. A whole government, yeah, moving to one party. Gradually, we are becoming a one-party state. They want that, okay. But what beats me is this: how are you going to face the younger generation when they ask you questions like, why are you jumping ship? The most important thing, or one thing factor you say, don't say about anything about Nigeria is not going well. It's about yourself. It is about yourself. What you stand to gain at the end of the day is what beats me. And that's the truth. Everybody, right now is a game of Game of Thrones. Permit me to say that. It's also a game of chess where you are not well treated. You want to shift. And when you shift, they've already made a place for you. And those people making a place for you, a seat for you to accommodate you, know the number of votes you are bringing down. They have calculated it. And just as Fat said, 2027, long, yeah, we have started preparing for it. Everything about social world, need for information, everything that we've been talking about, education, health, security, insecurity issues will stand still because politicking is going on.
Your political ambition.
No. It is not. It's not really good. It's not good. It
Mr.
isn't good.
Chidona behave like the meddlesome interloper that is crying more than the bereaved. The PDP people say they're okay, that they want all of them to go so that they will become stronger. So don't cry on their behalf. Let them say that. So, but what we want
were they strong before? Were they strong before? We were not strong. Even no, is it true now?
I'm not thinking about it now. I have a question, Mr.
Yes.
T and Mr. I can't even say it out loud. Is there any ideological difference between APC and PDP? I don't think I've seen.
Remember this Wumi's is it Wumi? Among Wumi's song. Now who I go ask?
It's a pity, but Bosun is not here today. That's his area of yeah.
Basically, in terms of policy, maybe they want to do this one different than other stuff. But in terms of ideology and all that, that's basically the same. One just claims to be more progressive, the other one is conservative. They are all Nigerian political parties, which in essence gaining power and increasing their own personal interest. Simple. They are the same for all of them.
I really think so. What I'm hearing now, it doesn't seem strange.
It's just alignment and agreement and positioning that they don't look different. Completely. In fact, when they cross over, they meet friends there. They are hugging. This is like they are long lost friends. There are people who cross again and recross, and then they are back in the fold.
You know why they say that? In politics, no permanent friend, no permanent enemy. You know, and that's what is being played out. You have to live to understand it, Tamilore. That's the way the cookie crumbles or whatever we say is the truth. And there's going to be a lot more. Don't be shocked. Those who have moved now, maybe 2027 is still far. They are still probably going to come back.
Yes, sir. There can be two
musical chairs. Yes, they are still probably going to come back.
I love that. I just think that I don't. Maybe I think I'm trying to be pragmatic here. If you're a politician, now is not too early to be thinking about your political position. Yeah, it's always on your mind. You know, if you were.
You're saying it's not far-fetched. It's not what far-fetched. They are doing.
2025,
Continue. Well, I thought people went to politics to provide public service. You
No,
go into
that
Yeah.
politics and all you are doing is amassing power
as Mr.
and fostering
Akintamala would
your.
say, that's what we hope for. But as that's not the situation
That's
that
the
is on
ideal
ground.
case. You say that's the
That's
ideal.
the ideal. That's idealism.
Okay, so leave us with the idealist too.
No, please, I'm actually with you. I'm just, trying to be pragmatic.
Okay, thank you so much, Taj,
Yes.
TAJ, and Mr. T.
Yeah, Jay.
Thank you so much for joining us on Niger Trends. We take it.
Oh,
We move on. I mean, I love this. I've been wanting to say this for some time. Oh, this is Let's Rewind. It's a way of honoring the legacies of our great entertainers. I mean, once in a while we get to have the time to do it. We devote the show to music that virtually became national anthems when they were released. We call them chartbusters of yesteryear. Today we visit the year 2008, Mr. T, and I'm sure
mm.
Taj also have. We can remember some of these ones. Here is one.
Hey, yes. Yes, that's it. That's the vibe.
I can't pick this up.
For the benefit
Gongwaso,
of
yes.
Mr. T, this is Gongwaso
Yes.
by
Oh,
Nice.
okay.
Yeah.
All right. Then.
Let me just flash you for like 2 seconds before the copyright police will come in.
Yeah, I can feel it. I can feel it. It's fine.
Yeah.
Really nice one. Nice one. Nice song.
Yes.
Really dancehall. Nice body moves and all that. But what happened?
Yeah.
What happened after that song? You know,
Wow.
that's always
Well,
my problem.
and that album had so many Gongwaso, Street Credibility. Uh,
Credibility. Everything packed in one. Yes.
I'm going to
well,
listen to this
it
album.
had remember that song that Oyo something about Oyo. What's it called? I've forgotten something about Oyo.
Okay.
Uh,
Well,
it
somebody
had
just
the
sing
immediate,
now. No.
yeah, immediate second album was also good.
Really,
What do you
really
know?
good. This was a bluster. It was too much for the time it came out.
Massive one was a massive one.
Massive.
I would have written at least 6 songs into 10 minutes or 12 minutes. So bear with me, lovers of this
Yeah.
song, because we got to move to another one that blew up 2008.
Okay, this is close to home. I love it.
It's close to home.
That's my time
And here
period.
is Greenland by T.Y. Bello.
Oh, love the song. My learned colleague.
Who?
Oh, that was really good. Lovely rendition by T.Y. Bello.
Yeah.
Fantastic
This
piece.
came at a time Nigeria needed it as well. It came
Yes.
at that time. I'm trying to recollect the ambience at that time. Came and had a lot of TV reviews as well.
Yeah.
And she held the song with her personality.
Yeah.
Very friendly with the camera and so very infusing. It actually infused the feel of good music into everybody. You just hear the song and you love it. You just hear the song and once you're listening to the song, you are seeing her face, that kind of, yeah. It aligned.
It reminds you to be
And
hopeful for
and the lyrics are very good. I think the very strong lyrics. Very few people wrote good songs then. But the lyrics were, really good.
Mm-mm. Say it now, I understand, I know.
Well, the next song, I had this nagging feeling that I've heard this spief, this line many years ago, but I couldn't put my hands on it, you know.
Okay.
But it was a great blaster in 2008. It's a song delivered by the band but cooked by Don Jazzy.
Okay. Can I get this feel? I can't feel it from here.
Y'all make me fall in love. Oh my God. Y'all make me
Yeah.
fall in love.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Fall in love. Fall
Really
in
good.
love. Fall in love.
You turn the studio into a dance hall, right? That's fine.
Honestly, take carry my mind.
Really good. Really good.
See, I
Yeah.
know.
You got the tempo of those days. Yeah, got the
yeah.
tempo.
Wanna make you my wife, oh. I'll find someone like you that'll capture my heart, and there's nothing I can do. I used to lie to myself that yeah, yeah.
Can we
But
hear the
sad
original, please?
on my don't make me fall.
What did you say?
Can we hear the original?
Have you?
I'm sorry, it's so, you're getting my chest. I can't get it out.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's a lovely
It's
song, really. Really lovely song. Good lyrics, nice content, really.
yeah,
And the instrumentation quite big, very, very
highly,
moving.
highly danceable.
In any kind
A
of
body
weather.
mover, body shaker.
Body shaker.
You say, oh boy, what is the matter? They say, I'll always be a
A
player.
player.
But I set my eyes on you. Oh
Come on,
my,
you
you
don't
don't
make
make
me
me fall.
fall in love. Fall in love. Love. Don't make me fall in love. Oh. Ah, if I could sing. Oh, Nigeria for C. When?
Even though I cannot sing, but I'm still wearing.
Oh my God. But on a serious note, Pudge, if you run into Don Jazzy, you will sing. Oh,
Save my
you
life
still
now.
use your voice. You still use your voice.
Oh, yeah. You package it. You filter
You
it.
will pack it.
Oh,
You will
what
do
am I talking
everything to it. You come out well.
about? Okay. Going on. Oh well, this is lovely. This is lovely.
Yes.
2008 was and 2007 they were great years for
Yes.
Nigerian music. Now let's take this other one. This is also fantastic. Night of Sea is a kidney big deal.
Another banger. It's time to get up again.
Oh my God! You want to get up again?
But today in the studio,
Hey, Mogba.
somebody head out.
I hope you are recording all these things. Yeah, you are recording these things.
It's live on
It's
Facebook.
wrong.
No, I'm talking about the studio activity. Oh, Facebook. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, that's true.
Kenny big deal.
Get it right there.
Kenny big deal.
Oh my God.
How do you play again?
ọmọ mi máa ń rún ajó mọ́lẹ̀ lọ́kẹ́. You remember your moves?
Yes, now.
Oh, go.
We're on fire. Get a big deal. Get a big deal. Get a big deal. Get a big deal. Get a big deal.
Even
Very,
without the
very,
dance,
very aggressive songs. Very, very aggressive songs.
very, very.
Because I like dancing. No? Should be we're on fire. Should be. I forgot I like dancing. I absolutely forgot.
You
You
forgot. You
forgot.
love that.
Love dancing. I forgot.
Oh my God.
Well, I'm not a fan of what's it called, rap, but this guy blew it in 2008. It's called Safe, featuring DJ Nee. Is it DJ Nee or
The
DJ
genie.
DJ Nee or
The
DJ
genie.
Nee or is it
Genie.
DJ Nee? Wow.
The genie, yeah.
It's frontlined by MI. Listen to it. Safe.
Yeah, my wow.
Play some for Mr. T.
Huh?
Play some for Mr. T.
Okay. Once you get into the mood.
Oh, this is a good lineup.
Okay, muffled, but I can feel the beats. Yeah, from here, from there. Am I quite good? I wonder where is he now?
He's still doing it. I think he released one
He's a music
this
executive
year
now.
or late last year.
Oh, he has to be an executive now. Really good. He writes songs so well and deliver. I remember very well. Am I? Yes. He writes a very good songs. I think he worked with. I'm not sure. Let me think.
I was going to add to entertainment on Niger Trends, and I forgot the picture Richard Mofe Damijo RMD used in celebrating the birthday of Omoni Oboli. It went viral on the social media. It was a studio scene or a set scene where she was on a kitchen table or kitchen counter, and they were in an amorous mood, kissing or pecking or something like that. And a
Okay.
lot of people are complaining. Why would you use that kind of picture to say you are waiting for another
Happy
time?
birthday.
Happy birthday. It's showing that it's on set. But you see, the woman is married, he has children, and you are using that to celebrate that. So he collected a lot of flack for that kind of picture. I think
He
it was going to
would.
be a poor choice to use such to celebrate her.
No.
Maybe
Oga.
I feel like maybe there's context. Maybe that's the only scene they had together. Maybe he couldn't find another picture on him fast or
Nah.
like quickly.
Excuse me, lawyer. Must he put a picture there? Is it important for a picture to be there?
I don't know. I'm trying to stand on the side of the
Okay, back to Let's Rewind. And here's our final cut. Lovely. I love this beat. I love the voice. I love the beat. I love everything. It's called Street Credibility. Nice.
That's a nice one. That's a nice one.
Aha. The other song I was trying to remember is Alakbo Meji.
Yes.
It was good.
Yes, very good. Really creative piece. Yeah.
He has a very unique voice. It's very
Yeah.
peculiar. And
Exactly what I said that Don Jazzy will do to your voice.
Mr. T, my leg is not that long. We'll stop pulling it.
But you be shocked though.
Okay, on this is on the notes we'll be saying our buys.
Okay.
Tamila, oh sorry, Taj. What will be your final today?
And I just have a great time like I did today. Try and enjoy the weekends. Try not to let Nigeria depress you too much. There's a hope. There's hope. Yes, that's it.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah. No be lying.
Hello, Mr. T. Your final words today.
Yeah. I want to thank you for being part of this show today. Remember, less stress, more love, more fun. See you next week.
Thank you, sir. As we always say, be genuinely nice to people around you every day. That's your street credibility. And do good as best as you can afford it. I say, stay blessed. Have a great weekend. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.